Hi, in this video, we'll discuss about what is meant by verb patterns. Let us dive into this topic. Here, in this verb patterns, if you look at the topic related to verb patterns, so we will be looking at it just like a formulas. So what do you mean by a formula? So when you want to create a sentence, when you want to speak in English, or when you want to write something, when you want to say something, so generally in English, it goes by a pattern. So what is this pattern is generally, as per the definition point of view, we know what is meant by a verb. Verb means an action or a state, like that, right? So this is a simple understanding. So verb is a simple definition I would like to mention here at this point. What is a verb? Verb is an action. Just think like that, okay? Now keeping this point in mind, is a verb whenever these actions are going to happen. Normally when we are usually talking in a day-to-day purpose, so when we want to convey something to somebody, so normally speaking, so anything formally or informally, generally we use every time verbs. So when you use verbs, so how to frame the sentence? So to frame these sentences, you have certain set of rules in English grammar. That point, if you keep this for that understanding in that aspect, now we'll look at one by one here. Okay, so what is the first one is the first pattern is called as a subject plus verb pattern. What do you mean by subject plus verb pattern? Here, just let me highlight here. What is a subject verb pattern? So this subject verb pattern, if you look at this subject verb pattern, it's basically whenever you are using verb in English, then definitely most of the time, not every time, most of the time here, like this is basically a special case here. I would just have a look at here. That's simple, this one, okay? So most of the time, whenever you are using a verb, so there should be a subject, there should be a verb, there should be an object. So mostly we can call this one as a direct object. So this is a simple basic structure to form a sentence in English grammar. Okay. So there are some special cases here which we are discussing like point by point. So here I have to make it very simple here. So that's the reason why I have put it in a sequence manner. So if you look at the first model, subject plus a verb. Okay. So subject is basically a noun. What do you mean by this one? Subject is basically or usually noun. Always it is a noun. Okay. So what is a noun? Noun is a name of a person, place, or a thing, right? So it can be any place, it can be any person, it can be anything, okay? But it should be the name of a place, person, or a thing. So that is basically subject, okay? Here verb means what? Verb means action. Okay, so this is the name of a person, place, or a thing, anything, okay? Name of a person, place, or a thing. That's verb is an action, okay? Simple. So you can just take one person name and then its respect to action, and then you can join it, okay? And then you can frame a sentence. Here, birds fly, okay? She loves. He wins. Okay. They laugh. They laugh. Okay, look at other sentences here. He laughed. The child cried. They slept. She danced. So that much itself, she danced well. So these are all extra things here. Just here, look at here, this one. Birds fly. He laughed. So this much at least you can say that actually what you want to convey. At least the minimum that is needed here. Okay. So in order to frame a sentence, what is you needed? What are the things you need in English grammar? In English language, so basically to frame a sentence in English language, you need two things. First thing is called as a subject. The second thing is called as a verb. So minimum two elements are needed for you. Okay. So when you take these two elements, so here that is the first element is a minimum noun. Okay. And the second element is a compulsory verb. Okay. So verb is compulsory in all the cases. So because verb is the hero here in this video, verb is our main hero. So here, first one is subject, second one is verb. Okay. At least by having two things, you can frame a sentence in English. That's a minimum basic thing. In English language, minimum things you need is a subject and the verb to form a sentence. First point. Then the next model, you just have a look at here. Subject plus verb plus subject complement. So what is meant by subject complement here? If you look at this, subject, verb plus subject complement. So complement means, so you are describing something about the subject itself. So here basically you are giving some extension to the subject itself. Okay. So here just before in this previous slide, have a look at here. So subject plus verb we have said. Okay. Here I have written a sentence here that is a simple intransitive verb usage I have written. Okay. So what do you mean by this intransitive verb? Okay. So intransitive verb means basically this meaning is the verb that is giving action. So whichever this action, okay, verb action that's taken. Okay. So it actually do not take directly on the object. So if there is I would like to show like this. So here, if there is a subject, okay, if there is a subject, so the subject is basically acting on something on the object. Okay, but here what happens is the object is not present. So as a result, what happens is the verb, instead of taking action on the object, so it will try to react on the subject itself. Okay, so it will go there is no object, again it will come back, and then this acts on the subject itself. Okay, so it explains about the state of the subject, not where this action is applied there. Okay, so for that reason, this we can call it as a intransitive. So if for example, instead of this if there is a subject is there, okay, and there is an object, okay, and you have a verb, okay. Now what happens is the subject is taking the help of the verb and then applying on the object. Okay, for example, I love you, I like you, some name you can write. Okay, so the subject, verb, object. Okay, so here look at here in this sentence, the same, this sentence is a very good example for this one. Okay, so there is a subject, there is a verb, but there is no object. But she loves, the sentence is there here, she loves, and then no need to convey what is about the object. Okay, she loves, maybe she loves herself, maybe she loves somebody, maybe she loves none. Okay, so like that, but the message is very clear, right? So what happens here, this verb is taking about an action on the subject, like 360-degree it is taking, turning, and then applying onto the, right now it is applying onto the subject itself. Okay, so if this one is like this, so this is called as an intransitive, this is called as a transitive. So that's what I want to say here. Okay. So if there is no object, the verb becomes intransitive. Please keep this point in mind. Okay. Then like this. In the second case here, the subject verb plus subject complement is going to be here. So the subject complement in the sense, so what happens is you are trying to link the verb with something, at least a minimum basic thing. Okay, that is a complement in the sense. So you sometimes you will not be having the direct object here. So instead of that, what you do is you have to take the whatever the case of the subject itself is there. That subject itself you are going to take it and make something complement about it. So means you are going to give the description about the subject itself. So that's basically this adjective here. What is an adjective? Adjective is a word which qualifies the noun, right? Adjective is a word which qualifies a noun. Okay, so this one qualifies this one, right? Or else you can take the straight away the noun itself. Okay. For that, just to have an example, look at one example here. She is a teacher. They seem happy. He became an actor. The sky looks gray. The food smells good. Okay. So how does this look like here? She is a subject. Okay. Verb is here is. Okay. And the subject complement is this one, teacher. She is a teacher. They seem happy. He became an actor. The sky is completely one unit. Looks great. The food smells good. Okay, 3 points, 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. They seem happy. He became an actor. The sky looks gray. The food smells good. So look at here, verb patterns, subject, verb plus subject complement. So here the subject complement is that the whatever the object that is going to happen here. So that object is basically giving something about something description about the subject itself. Okay. So that's why we have this one. That's the reason why we have this one. Okay. So this is the second model. So you can frame a sentence in this fashion. Okay. Then the next one here, that is a subject plus a verb plus a direct object. So what do you mean by the subject plus verb plus direct object is here, this is basically the standard rule for English sentence. So what is the standard rule here is, meaning is in English language, so minimum when you frame a sentence, so the meaningful sentence is this one, that is a subject plus verb plus object. So if you have these 3 things, means the meaning is you are actually trying to convey in the English language in a proper fashion, in a right fashion, in a right method, in a what we can call, so in a grammatic rules, it's the right way of expressing your feelings, expressing your thoughts. So that's the meaning of this one. Okay, so this is minimum. So we can actually, I would like to give here 3 points like this. Okay, so 3 stars like this. Okay, so minimum in English. So in order to frame the sentence in English grammar, so minimum basic rule is to frame a sentence, you need this rule: subject plus verb plus object. Okay, so now look at here, verb here. What is the verb here? Verb here is a transitive verb. What do you mean by transitive verb? So there is an object and then the verb is directly taking action on the visible object. So transitive verb means here, look at it. She read the book. She read the book. She read the book. Okay. I love music. We watched the movie. He solved the puzzle. They built a house. Okay. Look at here. I love music. We watched the movie. He solved the puzzle. They built a house. So minimum these things are happening here, right? So what are these things here? Subject, verb plus object. Okay, what are the subject, verb plus object? So minimum 3 things is needed to convey what is the message that you want to convey, to express what is the feeling that you want to express. Okay, so these things are basically at least needed here. Okay, so that is called as a subject verb plus direct object verb pattern. This is a third point here. Then next one is the subject plus verb plus indirect object plus direct object. So why there is a indirect object here? So sometimes what you can do is so instead of writing the sentence again in a separately, you can use this pattern here, indirect object in between the verb plus direct object. Okay, she gave a gift for whom? She gave for whom? So that you don't know. So instead of that, you can write like this here. That is he gave me a gift. She is a subject, gave is a verb, me is an indirect object, a gift is a direct object. Okay, she gave me a gift. She gave me a gift. He taught us grammar. He taught us grammar. I offered him a job. They sent her flowers. We showed them the way. Okay, so we showed them the way. They sent her flowers. I offered him a job. He taught us grammar. Like this, you just frame some sentence. So I'm not trying to do something like extra sentences here so that you will be again getting confused. So at least a minimum, this at least in a one rule, basic one rule, verb pattern rule, 5 sentences at least you try to remember so that you can get the idea. That's the basic intention of the video. Okay. Now the next one is fifth one. Subject plus verb plus direct object plus preposition plus prepositional object. Now for this, if you look at here, subject, he put is a verb, the phone is a direct object, he put the phone. So now you close this one here, just to close this point here. Now just to read now, he put the phone. So this is the basic structure now. So with this basic structure, you are trying to add a preposition plus prepositional object. Preposition plus prepositional object. On the table. On is a preposition. The table is the prepositional object. On the table. Please, so where is my phone? It's on the table. So instead of that, generally some people generally skip it and then say on the table. Just straight away answer. Okay, normally just speaking, but that is an informal way of doing that. Okay, that should not be done. It's on the table. It is on the table. Generally, we have to say the answer like that in such a fashion. Now look at here, on the table. Okay, now what happened here? Subject, verb, direct object, preposition, and prepositional object. So you can frame the sentence in this fashion, right? So what happened now? He put the phone on the table. It's one point. I threw the ball into the bin. I threw the ball into the bin. Then next one. They placed the box under the bed. She moved the chair beside the door. She moved the chair beside the door. He kept the keys in the drawer. Okay, in the drawer. So basically now, yeah, okay. This is a minimum basic 5 sentences for this pattern. Okay. So did you understand now here? So if you remove this preposition plus prepositional object, then also it makes a sentence. Okay. This preposition plus prepositional object, you are giving it So that to enhance or to give more details of what you are actually trying to convey. So this is one formula. So for a subject plus verb plus direct object, we are giving an additional enhancement here. That is an additional formula here. That is a preposition plus prepositional object. The next one is subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun. So why straight away the noun or pronoun? So here, if you look at this formula here, subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun. So it is not any difference with the it is not any different thing with this one, right? Subject plus verb plus object. Okay, so here we are talking about a direct object. Okay, instead of this I will write here I love you. Okay, so what do you mean by I is a subject, no? I is a subject plus love is a verb plus you is an object. We can write like that, right? But why we are not saying this formula like this, but instead we are talking about specifically talking about. So you is basically an object here, right? But object can be anything. Okay, but sometimes what happens is the object can be a noun or a pronoun where in a conversation the person's name, the object you are describing is already known. Means when you are talking, you know the person, you know the details of the person whom you are talking. So that time this basically this so object means what? Object means a thing, right? Object means thing, right? So you can specify specifically what is the thing that you are talking, or else sometimes no need to specify that. Instead, the conversation is between you and the speaker, between the speaker and the listener, okay? So this conversations, okay? So they are already having a pretext conversation, means they know something that they are talking about, okay? So the conversation between them is already happening, and then there's an extension to that. So when it is an extension to that, no need to say every time that like this, I know him, okay? No need to say I know Kavi, I know Ravi, I know Murli, like that. Every time no need to mention that, okay? So instead that you can say in a simple tone fashion, yeah. In a simple tone fashion, what we are trying to say is subject, verb, plus it can be noun or pronoun, okay? I, verb is know, and here it is a pronoun. I know him. She loves John. We saw them. They met her. He likes me. Like this, okay? She loves John. We saw them. They met her. He likes me. You like me. They like you. Like that you can write, okay? So this is another model, just a model here, okay? Then what happened? The next model is a subject plus a verb plus prepositional object. So this is basically here what we have done here is we removed the direct object. So instead of direct object, we are trying to apply this on a prepositional object. So this prepositional object is what happened now. So there are previously we have two objects. Now we remove the central object, okay? So that if you look at now, okay, subject, she looked at the painting. The painting is a prepositional object. She looked at the painting. She looked painting. Okay, so she looked painting. She looks painting. She looks but here what you need to do is you need to write article here. Okay, she looks the painting. Now she looks at the painting is the right way of expressing a sentence, because this she looks painting is normally that's okay, but the right way of expressing the sentence in English is this when the action is happening. So if you give the action in a proper direction, so that will actually give the enhancement feeling. Okay, so that gives the language flavor. Okay, she looks at the painting. He listens to the teacher. He listens teacher. Okay, he just listens. Okay, so he listens is also enough. So if you write instead of this, just write like this: he listens. Okay. He listens to what? He listens to what? So he listens everybody. He listens to only some people. He listens to only some people. So no, he listens none. So the meaning here is the expression here is not very clear. Okay. So when you say that he listens to the teacher, so now what happened? Now the sentence actually means he is having something called as a the details. Okay, the whatever the action of this verb, so the verb details is very clear now. Okay, so he listens to the teacher, not everyone. Okay, right now what you're specifying is he listens to the teacher, means it doesn't mean that he does not listen to anybody else. So it's not like that. Okay, so now we know that some clarity about what this action is done. Okay, what this guy behavior is. Okay, he is something. Now you can come to a conclusion. Okay, this is the things like that. Okay, so in order to express that thing, such type of things, you have to use this subject plus verb plus preposition plus prepositional object. So this is one fashion here. Okay, now keep this point in mind. They waited for the bus. I believe in honesty. We agreed on the terms. He listens to the teacher. They waited for the bus. I believe in honesty. We agreed on the terms. We agreed on the terms. Okay, so is a correct this word, just look at the division of the words and then just try to understand. So at least 5 examples is try to memorize in the mind, so that when you frame some sentence, so that actually you can easily recall. That's one point. Okay, then the next thing is subject plus verb plus to infinitive. To infinitive is basically meaning is it acts like an object. To infinitive means in English to infinitive. Okay, so to plus infinitive. Okay, so to infinitive in the sense it's not to plus infinitive. Infinitive means infinitive meaning itself is okay, the meaning of an infinitive means to plus verb. That's a formula. Okay, the meaning of the infinitive means to plus verb. Okay, so we are using a infinitive but with the help of a to. Okay, so I want to study. I want study. Generally I want to study. So just I'm trying to say some sentence here. I want to study. She decided go. They hope win. He refused help. We plan travel. Okay, so there are some certain set of verbs in English where straight that action that will not be able to help. So it means look at here: study, go, help, okay, cry also. Okay, try, like etc etc. So don't go for, again you'll have more confusion. Just a simple sentences you just frame. Okay, so these words generally will not be a meaningful sentence unless you add to here. So unless you add to here, these sentences, these words will not come any meaning. Okay, if you remove that word to here, so the sentence will not have a good meaning. I want to study. What do you want? I want to read. I want to study is generally gives us a proper meaning. Okay, so you are saying something. Why you are saying something here? This is a verb, right? This is the subject. This is the verb. Okay, and again what you are doing is the another verb you are using again here. So what actually you are trying to do here? You are trying to do subject, verb plus verb you are doing. Okay, so verb plus verb. So when you are using this verb plus verb, okay, so straight away if you use a subject, verb plus verb, straight away if you use, so this will not make any, because two actions you cannot keep it side by side. There are two actions, action 1 and action 2. So you cannot keep it two actions side by side in a same tense. So hence what you can do is you can add 2 to this one. So this gives meaning, right meaning. Okay, so that is what is happening here. I want to study. She decided to go. They hoped to win. He refused to help. We plan to travel. So if you use a to in between, then the subject becomes this infinitive is no. So this verb plus this one will become here. So anything infinitive can be acted like a noun. Okay, so this is already noun because this subject plus verb plus infinitive. So subject plus verb plus this infinitive become an object. Okay, so here the rule is not going to change. Okay, so that's the reason why the meaning has not changed here. Okay, so this is the thing happening here. Okay, so now the infinitive has turned out to be into a form of an object. Okay, what is an object? Object can be noun, pronoun, or any, just like, okay, any direct object. So if you go for a base one, the base one is subject, verb plus object. Okay, so we have not defied the basic grammar rule. Okay, so this one will not defy the basic grammar rule. So in such a way you can do this. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, just one explanation. Then subject plus a verb plus noun, pronoun, or plus to infinitive. Okay, so this is a very interesting. Look at here. Subject is I. Verb is here I told. Noun or pronoun. Okay, I told him to leave. To infinitive. Yes. To verb. To plus. Okay, instead of writing that infinitive, so I just put that what is the infinitive difference. So you don't want to get infinitive difference. So that's the reason I put. Okay, so infinitive means the definition of an infinitive meaning itself is verb 2 plus verb. Okay, so yeah, I have written here, right? The definition of infinitive means 2 plus any verb. No, okay. So here I told him to leave. Okay, I told Srikanth to leave. I told Ravi to go. Anything. I told Ravi to go. So here the sentence gives us a right meaning. Okay, so and also the sentence gives us so the direction also of the object. She asked me to help. They advised us to wait. He allowed her to speak. Allowed her to speak. We expected them to win. We expected them to win. Like this. So this is another pattern here. Likewise, verb plus, so subject plus verb plus gerund. So here, what do you mean by a gerund? So gerund means we have discussed this topic in separately in gerund topic. So if you just let me make a very simple definition here for you to explain, just to recall. Please read the gerund video. What do you mean by gerund? Okay, so gerund means just to take some verb, add ing. Okay, so in a verb v1, v2, v3, v4 and v5. Okay, here go, went, gone, going. Okay, so what is a v4 now? Verb v1 plus ing is equal to v4. Yes, okay. So don't worry about numbers, formulas, numbers and all those things. So take the base verb. This is a base verb. Okay, so base one, so this is a present, past participle, and this one is infinitive. So this becomes a gerund. Okay, this becomes a gerund. Okay, or else you can write a future. Don't confuse again here. Again, you don't go for too much of names and all. So present, past participle. For any verb, these three words are mandatory. Okay. Now from here, what I'm going to take is base verb means present tense. Okay. From the present tense verb, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to add ing. So then this becomes, so this is the v1 base verb plus ing. Okay, so this becomes a v4. Okay, here this one is called as a going. Here, look at here. I enjoy swimming. I enjoy swimming. So swimming is gerund. Verb here. So this is the, okay. So gerund means what here? Swim. Swim is the basic root verb. Add ing. So since that m is coming here, so the m will get repeated. Swim, ing. Swim, swam. So okay. So that word. Okay. And speak, spoke, spoken. Speak plus ing. It gets speaking. Okay. Now she avoids speaking. She avoids speaking. They admitted cheating. They admitted laughing. They admitted crying. Anything. Okay. So here, he denied stealing. We discussed moving. Subject plus verb plus gerund. So three things are there here. Okay. Subject, verb, gerund. Okay. So now just try to understand here. What is the base one here? Base rule. Subject plus a verb plus object, right? So the base rule is object. No, here can you see that the gerund behaves like an object? Can you look at this idea? Okay, gerund basically behaving like an object. Okay, so if you make this gerund, okay, so if you take the verb and add ing, then this becomes like a noun. So noun can also be referred to an object. Okay, so that's okay. So that is basically this one. Okay, that's best. So some what we can call this one is a one formula to frame a sentence. Okay. Then the subject plus verb plus noun plus noun or pronoun plus present participle. So what do you mean by present participle? Here subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun plus present participle. Here, look at here. I saw him running. I is the subject. Verb is a saw. Pronoun is him. Saw him running. So present participle. So how is this present participle is coming? Okay. So the present participle here is how does this is behaving here? I saw him running. She caught them cheating. We heard her singing. He watched me dancing. So the present participle here, how is going participle? Okay, so how is going to take here? So it is going to take this verb plus ing format now. Verb plus ing. Okay. She caught them cheating. We heard her singing. He watched me dancing. They noticed the dog barking. So it can be anything. Okay, it can be a noun or it can be a pronoun. So in 4 cases we used a pronoun, but this is the model. So this is another model here. Okay, subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun plus present participle. Then the same model, instead of present participle, if you use a plain infinitive means you are not going to add to here. Plain infinitive means so you are going to take the direct verb form itself. Okay, verb base verb itself. Okay, so that is one we are using. She made him cry. She made him to cry. The same sentence, look at here. She made him to cry. Is what is this one here? In this case, that to cry is basically you are adding to there. Okay, or else you can use the plain infinitive. Plain infinitive is bare. Okay, there are certain set of words like cry, go, to play, jump. So these are, even though they are verbs here, okay, but this generally go verb generally will go always with any extra preposition like to, on, off, okay, ongoing, something like that. At least minimum it will carry any preposition. But here, look at here. I let her go. I let her go. Okay. So subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun like this. Okay. So subject is she, made is a verb, him is a noun. Okay, noun or pronoun. Okay. She made him cry. I let her go. I let her go. They helped me. He saw them play. We watched him jump. They helped me cook. He saw them play. So here, the base, so you are not going to change anything. Okay, just have the same slide and look at this slide. Here, no, there is no any difference. So 9th one and the 12th one. Okay, there is no any difference. They helped me cook. They helped me to cook is also right. They helped me to cook. They helped me to cook. They helped me cook is also right. No need to use to here. So to is basically becomes a infinitive. So why this? So it becomes a repetition. So why this becomes a repetition is some certain set of infinitives like plain infinitives. So no need to add to. Okay. So please keep this point in mind. The next one. Okay. So why you? Let me explain. So why you are not going to add to here? Why that there is no need for going to do is because you have given the verb plus subject plus the subject plus verb plus noun itself, that sentence itself you have given, you have completed the complete action, the complete expression, what you want to, what the sentence, what the verb action is wanted to perform, that itself is over. Now there is no need to give a direction because the direction is also already known. So now you are going to do only that next verb, that is the rest of the action. I let her means I let her. So yeah, he helped me. He helped me. Okay. What? So he helped you. Okay. So what did he help you? Cook. He helped me cook. He helped me to cook. He helped me cook. Both are right. Okay. But he helped me cook is something like you are trying to shorten this. Okay. But you cannot do like this for everything. The next one is subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun plus past participle. So like present participle, this is there is another model here. So just before we have seen a present participle. Okay. So in a present participle, what happens? You take a verb plus add ing. But here what you are doing is you are directly taking the past participle. Here, look at here, this model, subject is she, verb is had, noun or pronoun is her car, okay. Repaired is the past participle. Okay. I got my house cleaned. I got my house clean. Okay. I got my house, you can just have it in one picture. Okay. I got, I had the documents signed. This is the right example. He had the documents signed. This is the right example. That is the right example. They got the task finished. We had the door fixed. Okay. So what I mean by past participle? Past participle is if you take look V1, V2, V3. So V3 is the past participle. Okay. So go, went, gone. Okay. So I made him gone. I made him gone means I murdered him. Means what you can say, I made him permanently not to come here. So instead of murdering, you can say don't use that such type of words here. I made him completely go away. Means he is not going to come back. He went to some country, some other country, like that. Okay. So I loved loved her. We can't write this sentence. Just I'm trying to, okay. We had the door fixed. They got they got the task finished. So this is the right sentence here. So they got the task finished. We had the door fixed. I made him gone. So it means that guy is not going to come to office again. Okay, like that. That's the meaning of that. Okay. So likewise, you can have this sentence here. Okay. So the subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun plus to be plus a complement is also there. Okay. So here this type of verbs, generally what happens is okay, just highlight this formula. Don't forget to highlight formula anytime, please. Subject, verb, noun or pronoun, to be, verb, to be, and be verb we are using, and then this one, complement. Okay. We believed him to be honest. She considers me to be intelligent. They proved the theory to be false. Now look at here, the we is a subject, believe is the verb. Okay. Him or this him can be noun or pronoun. Okay. To be is the straight away we are going to use this to be, and honest is something like a compliment. So we believed him to be ruthless. We believed him to be fair. She considers me to be intelligent. She considers me to be intelligent. They proved the theory to be false. I judge the man to be guilty. He declared her to be the winner. So this is another model to frame the verb pattern. So what is this one here? Subject, verb plus noun or pronoun plus to be plus, okay. So now just we don't use it to be and complement here. Just close this one here and then have a look at here. We believed him. She considers me. They proved the theory. I judged the man. He declared her. Okay. So he declared her. So that is also makes a sentence. Okay. But what we are trying to do is we are trying to extension of this subject verb plus object formula to be plus complement. So you can add to be plus complement to the base sentence, base grammar structure. So that's another. Now this is another model here: subject plus verb plus that plus class. Okay. So that plus class is basically, if you use a word that, then what you can do is you can make some clause. What do you mean by subject? So predicate and a class. Okay. So sometimes a class is a word where that itself will give us a complete meaning. So class means, just remember, class means predicate, subject, class. Okay. So predicate means basically of meaning. I want you to remember easily, so that's the reason why I'm giving you this shortcut words. Okay. Class means complete meaning. Okay. Subject means noun or pronoun. Noun, thing. Okay. Pronoun, something like that. So just remember that formula, just like that. Okay. And keeping this point in mind, just come here. Yeah. I think that he is right. Okay. I think that he is right. He is right. If I bubble this one here, I would like to take this sentence. Okay. He is right is a class. He is right. That sentence is itself is a complete meaning, right? He is right. She was tired. We will win. It is true. She left. So this sentence also gives a meaning. Now what we are trying to do is we are trying to mix it with the subject plus verb. Okay, with using I think that. I think is a verb. That word is here. Okay. She said that. He believes that. They know that. We heard that. We heard that. So now what happened here? The subject plus verb itself, now this is behaving like a predicate. So subject plus verb basically behaves like a predicate in this case. Predicate means of meaning. Okay. So now in this case, they are subject plus verb is behaving like a how. There are too much lines here. So again, you will. Okay. So subject, verb, I'll write here, predicate, verb, that. Okay, so subject verb plus predicate. So yeah, so now you don't have something like logical differences, so that that's the meaning. Okay, so subject plus verb in this case is behaving like a predicate. But look at the very first case. The very first case, when we said subject plus verb also makes a meaning. So when the subject plus verb also makes a meaning, when the verb that you use makes a intransitive verb, then only you can use the subject plus verb. So not everything. So you cannot use all the verbs, all the subjects, and then make a sentence. Okay, that does not give you the meaning. So subject plus verb will not have any meaning unless the verb is an intransitive. Okay, so the verb should be acting on the subject itself. Okay, the subject behavior. So intransitive means the verb actually should describe the subject. That you think like that. Okay, so otherwise it doesn't make. Okay, if the subject is acting something like on somebody, I think you can do anything. Okay, so that is not going to act on something. Okay, I think is okay. I think that much is okay. Okay, she said what she said. He believes what he believes. It will not. The sentence is not a complete sentence. So the sentence has been a half sentence, and because of the half sentence, you will get a half meaning. Okay, birds fly. That itself will give us complete meaning, because the verb that you are using when you use birds fly. So here you are actually using the description of the bird. Okay, that's one of the feature of the bird. Birds usually fly. Okay, birds walk. That's not a meaning. That's not a good meaning. Okay, the birds walk when there is a rain. So that sentence like that, it gives you a meaning. Okay, so but you just avoid all these things. Okay, keep that point in mind. So subject plus verb generally usually forms a predicate. It doesn't form a class here. Okay, so to form the class, what you have to do is to take some class. Some class means a sentence which has a good meaning. So here, look at here, in this case, she was tired. No, she is a subject. Was is a verb. She was tired. Okay, so she was tired, right? Verb plus object. I would like to take. Okay, she was tired. Okay, so here subject is basically that pronoun. Okay, so it can be noun or pronoun. Okay, we can do it. Okay, so here verb is auxiliary verb. Okay, here the object is a past participle of the. Okay, okay, so now what happened here? This is still following the same rule, right? It is not defining, it is not going away from the base rule. Okay, so that's why what you need to do is you need to understand this point here. That is she said that she was tired. So take the class. Class means which is a complete meaning. Complete meaning means subject plus verb plus object will give us complete meaning. So take some complete meaning sentence and then use like this: subject plus verb plus that plus clause. She said that she was tired. So this is one pattern, framing a sentence. Okay, then the next model is like this. So that same here also same thing. Yeah, here here in this case we are using extra thing, noun or pronoun in between this. Okay, she subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun plus this that plus that class. Okay, so what is this one here? Subject, verb, noun or pronoun, that and a class. So she is the subject, told is a verb, noun or pronoun is me, that is basically the same that, she was busy is the class. Okay, so I'm just highlighting the class here. Okay, so she told me she was busy, she told that she was busy. So she told that she was busy is here, right? She told that she was busy. She told me that she was busy. Means here what is happening is that the object is, you are actually referring to the object here. Okay, so who is the object? Me is the object. She told me that she was busy. She told me that she went to a movie. Okay, I informed him I informed him that class was cancelled. They reminded us that the deadline is near. Deadline is near is the clause. They reminded us that. Okay, we convinced them that we were right. He assured her that everything was fine. Okay, so this is another pattern. This is also one pattern. Okay, here what is the extra thing? Extra thing is you have introduced a noun or pronoun. So if you introduce a noun or pronoun, now just to close this one, class and that. Okay, she told me. Now that makes a meaning. Okay, now what is happening here? So this is subject plus verb plus object. These three things are comprising to form a right sentence. So there is a sentences happen. Okay, so what you are doing, you are taking two sentences and then joining with this one and this one with the letter that. That's a formula. You see this? We convinced them. He assured her. I informed him. She told me that she was busy. That the class was cancelled. That the deadline is near. That we were right. That everything was fine. So that is a formula here. This is this 16th one. Now coming to the next one here, subject plus verb plus interrogative clause. So what do I mean by interrogative clause? So interrogative clause is so you are asking a question. Interrogative means asking something. Okay, so asking something, some question through the complete sentence. I know where he lives. She asked why I was late. They wonder how it works. He understand what you mean. So you just have to do it. Okay, here I. First one, I is a subject. Verb is no. Where is interrogative? He lives is a class. I know where he lives. I know where he lives. He asked why I was late. They wonder how it works. He understands what you mean. We asked when they would arrive. So these are the some models on this model here. Okay. So this is basically interrogative in the sense you are asking question. Then subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun plus interrogative clause. So what is this interrogative clause? Here, just highlight this one here. Subject is she. Verb is asked. Me is the pronoun, but you can keep it a noun also here. What is the interrogative? Okay, and clause is this one. I wanted. Okay, clause. Okay, I told him so where to go. They informed us why he left. We explained to them how it works. Okay, just like this differences. Okay, so he taught her what to do. Okay, to do. Then the next model is like this: subject, verb plus interrogative plus to infinitive. So this is another model here. So in this model, I know how to swim. Yeah, subject is I know is a verb. Then here this two becomes what? Predicate. Okay, how is the interrogative. To swim is a 2 plus. Okay. So I know how to swim. She forgot what to say. They learned when to start. He asked where to park. We remembered how to fix. She forgot what to say. They learned when to start. He asked where to park. We remembered how to fix it. So to fix it. Actually, it is not needed. How to fix. Okay. We remember how to fix. Then like this, subject plus verb plus subject plus verb plus noun or pronoun plus interrogative plus to infinite. Okay, then have a look at here. Subject is I. Okay, told is a verb. Him this is a noun or pronoun. Okay, so how is basically this interrogative? Okay, now this to do. Actually, it is not needed. I told him how to do. How to do it? Okay, we can do it. Okay, to is basically here. Yeah, to is this two I'm talking about. Do is basically infinitive. Okay, so that bare infinitive. So here I told him how to do. She taught us when to begin. They showed me where to click. He asked her what to wear. We instructed them how to proceed. Okay, like this. She taught us when to begin. They showed me where to click. He asked her what to wear. We instructed them how to proceed. Simple formula. Okay, keep this point in mind. Then so till here is a verb patterns. Till here, till this 19 patterns. So these are 20 patterns is called as a verb patterns. Okay, now subject plus verb. Every time we have used a subject plus verb. Now we are using this verb here, but mostly not a straight verb. But there sometimes there will be a subject and then there will be a verb and then like this. Okay, so the coming up models will be something. The sentence itself will start with not the subject, some other thing is like there. Sometimes subject also will be there. Okay, sometimes it will be it like this. Okay, so just have a understanding here and then keep this part, just be attentive. And then coming up 15 another 15 verb patterns, just be careful here. Okay, so here there plus be plus subject. So what is there plus be plus subject? So there is there is straight away there. This be verb here is converted into is. Okay, are, was, will, have. Okay, so have been, will be. Okay, so the be verb is not a straight verb. So the be verb based upon, for I'll use am. For you, I'll use are. Okay, for she, he, it, I'll use is. Okay, like that, based upon the pronouns. Okay, based upon the nouns or pronouns, so based upon that, actually this for I, so we, it becomes are. For again plural you, it becomes are. For third person plural, they are. So this is not same. Okay, this will vary. Okay, this verbs and all generally vary. So here the be verb is basically based upon the noun that is carrying. So they actually have different. They carry a different. So the be verb generally changes here. Okay. So keeping that point in mind. So there is a book. There are many stars in the sky. There is a book. Don't worry about it. There is a book on the table. Don't worry. There is a book. There are many stars. There was a problem. There will be a meeting. There have been changes. There is a book on the table. There are many stars in the sky. There was a problem last night. There will be a meeting tomorrow. There have been changes recently. So like this, you can frame the sentence. Okay. If you start with it there, then the next verb will be the base form of the be verb. Okay. So the be verb will actually change according to that respective singular or plural, or respective that whatever the first person, third person, second person. So all those things. Okay. So that based upon that, this names that verb pattern will change. Be verb pattern will change. Right? Word will convert here. Okay. Now the subject plus verb plus adjective plus infinitive. So this is another model here. Here in this case, if you look at the subject plus verb plus to infinitive model. Here the subject plus verb plus to infinitive model. Here what is happening here? To infinitive behaving like an object. Right? To infinitive behave like an object. That's what to infinitive is converted into infinitive. Okay, because you are verb plus to plus verb you have converted into infinitive. So infinitive is indirectly is acting like an object. That's what I told you. So here the same rule. Don't forget the same rule. Subject plus verb plus to infinitive is okay. She was. They are. What we can write. Yeah, this is right. Okay, this sentence. Look at this sentence here. We. This sentence, last one. We were to participate. We were to participate. Okay, we were means we are going to participate. You all guys are going to participate something. Okay. Now, what is this one here? The subject, verb plus to infinity. So this is the formula. No, this is the formula. Okay. We were excited to participate. So here, look at here. What here? Subject. Okay. Verb is we. Okay. Verb is we. Okay. Then adjective is. Okay. So to infinitive is here. To infinitive. Okay. So now look at the adjective here. Adjective is excited. Excited means excited. Okay. So what this excited is doing here? We were excited to participate. We were to participate. So now if we add here this extra word, okay, that is a adjective. Adjective here. Okay. So in this case, if you add, so what is this? What you have done here? So adjective is excited. Okay. Just I'm trying to keep aside so that we can have space to write. We were excited to participate. Okay. So we were excited to participate. Now what happening is we were to participate. We were excited to participate. Now bringing the adjective here gave something like a flavor. Okay. So in what manner you are trying to do this action? So what is the manner here? Excited, right? So this adjective, what it is doing is even though this is an infinitive, so this infinitive is basically what? To infinitive is like a noun. So noun is what? Object. Okay. So okay, anyway. So what this adjective is doing? Adjective is qualifying noun. This qualifies what? That participation. No? That participation. Okay. So we were excited to. Okay. So that is basically what's happening is giving something like a flavor to the sentence. No. That's what this formula. She was happy to help. She was happy to help. Okay. The verb. Okay. So happy to is the same to help. Okay. So they are eager to win. He is reluctant to leave. I am ready to go. We were excited to participate. So that's what. So if you introduce the adjective for the object, okay. So objective always come before the object, to infinitive like that. Okay. Adjective is a word which qualifies a noun. That's a basic definition. Now, whenever you are using an adjective, whenever you are using an object or a subject, whatever it is, if you try to use in English grammar through adjectives, that will give some flavor. Like this, okay? We, okay? So we all, like that, okay? So all of us were excited to participate. All of us were excited to participate. We were excited to participate. We were to participate. All of us were excited to participate. Like this, just frame some sentences. Okay, you just frame sentences on your own. Do that conjugation in the mind, and then try to practice. So just try like that. Okay, so you can actually develop this one. Then the next one is here. So the next one is what is this? Yeah. It plus be plus adjective plus of plus noun or pronoun plus to infinitive. Here, look at this one here. It plus be plus adjective plus of plus noun or pronoun plus to infinitive. Okay. So in this case, it plus be. It is straight away that it you can use. So the be verb is going to change here. Okay. So it was kind. Be verb was converted into was. Okay. Was kind. Kind means this adjective. It was kind. Of is a preposition, direct preposition. Noun or pronoun, that is a offer. To help is basically, to is basically the to, and this infinitive basically are taking this help. Okay, so this infinitive means basically I'm talking about bare infinitive. Bare infinitive means, so it's a straight away the verb. Okay, so here to infinitive means, so you guys generally, most of the students generally they'll forget infinitive. Okay, so that's the reason why every time I'm using the to. Okay, infinitive itself means to plus verb. Keep that formula in mind. It was kind of her to help. It was rude of him to shout. It was brave of them to act. It was selfish of you to live. It was generous of them to donate. What is this one? It was rude of him to shout. It was brave of them to act. It was selfish of you to live. It was generous of them to donate. It was generous of them to donate. Like this you can do. This is one way. Okay. And next model is subject plus verb plus adjective plus to infinity. Okay. So here the same model here. I think it's repeated. Subject plus verb plus adjective plus infinity. Adjective plus infinitive, but here the infinity is basically acting like an object here, so there it is not that. Yeah, okay. So in this case we are taking a bare infinitive, so that infinitive itself, but here we are considering here in this case we are going to consider the to infinitive is considered to become an object here. Okay, so here it is behaving like an object here. Okay, so that's a basic, that's a very difference here, so they are entirely different. It looks like the formula is same, okay, but they are entirely different. I found it difficult to concentrate. I found it difficult. Okay, I found it easy. They considered it important. He thought it risky. We felt it necessary. We felt it necessary. Like, okay, so here this subject is a right. Subject is I. Found is a verb. It is a, we found it. Difficult is an adjective. Okay, difficult. To is the base to. Concentrate is the infinitive. Okay, here the concentrate is basically this verb is a right. So because of adding to it, they behave like an object. So just to make you understand, I am writing the same sentence here. I found difficult to yeah, so this, instead of that this sentence we can try. She made it easy to understand, no? She made to understand. She made it to understand. Okay, now she made to understand. She made to understand. Now what is this one here? Subject, verb. So because of this one, this becomes an object. Okay, so it's basically to infinity. It's an infinity. Okay, because you are adding to plus verb here, so this becomes an infinity. Okay, so this is the formula for this. Okay, this is the formula for the sentence. Okay, here she made to understand. She made it easy to understand. Okay, easy is the word that we have used now. What you have done, you added adjective. Okay, so this is adjective here. Oh, okay. So she made it easy to understand. It is not meaning. Okay, she made it easy to understand. Okay, so but you need to refer it to a pronoun here. Okay, so that's why we are using it here. So, but she made it easy to understand is also right one. Yeah, adjective. So when in this case, because you are introducing adjective, okay, because you have introduced adjective plus to plus understand here this verb, when you add this here in this, so to understand is basically becomes an object. This object. So that's a very different. This is not the same as this one. Okay, to help, to win, to participate. Okay, see here, to help, to win, to leave, to go, to participate. Okay, so if you look at all the sentences, still the verb is not completed. But if you look at this sentence, the action is done. Concentrate, understand, explain, invest, report means action. So it looks, so when you add to the letter to a certain verb, that behaves like an object because it looks like actually the action has been completed. Okay, so to invest, to report, to explain, to understand, to concentrate means, so you are going to do that one means it's already done. So what is happening here? So the verb, because of the formation, the what we can say, because of the action of the verb, if you add to it, it looks like an object. So that's a very difference. Okay, they are entirely different, they are not same. Please keep that point in mind. Okay, then it plus be plus adjective plus to infinitive. Okay, so here it be adjective plus to infinitive. Okay, so it is same as this. Okay, be verb is converted into is, was, like that. Okay, adjective is this one, easy. To is a base to verb. Okay, and learn is a infinitive. Okay, so it is easy to learn. It is easy to learn. It was hard to believe. It is dangerous to drive. It is important to study. It was fun to dance. It was hard to believe. It is dangerous to drive fast. It is important to study. It was fun to dance. So these are some examples of this one. Okay, so please keep this point in mind. And then next one is it plus be plus gerund real phrase. Gerund is what? Gerund means, gerund is okay. Here it is same thing. It be verb is converted into is here. Okay, so what it is verb. Okay, trying again. So here gerund is basically trying. Phrasal is this. Okay, so what I mean by gerund? Gerund means verb plus ing. Okay, so that is gerund. So and for that verb plus ing, you are adding some extra phrase. Okay, so some phrase means extra word, another word meaning something. Okay, so here it is worth trying again. It is no use crying. It is fun playing cricket. It is difficult managing time. It is tiring walking all the day. It is no use crying. Look at here. It is no use crying. It is fun playing cricket. So that extra word is different. Okay, gerund means what? Take a verb, add ing at the end. So that becomes a gerund. Okay, so sometimes you add, so playing cricket is a gerundial phrase. Okay, so playing football. Okay, like that. Okay, so some nouns generally playing means it is not, does not make any meaning, but if you give playing cricket, okay, so then managing time, like that, if you do that, that it will give you the right meaning. Okay, that's one. The next one is it plus be plus adjective or noun plus this noun class. Okay, so here in this model so in this model, it plus be plus it is same thing. Okay, it be is what? Okay, is true. True is an adjective or noun you are using. It is true that, okay, and he lied is a noun class. Okay, so it is surprising that he won. She won is a noun class. It is clear that they failed. They failed is noun class. Okay, now here it is a fact that what boils. It is unfortunate that he left. Okay, so this is another model, just model. Then it plus take plus time phrase plus infinitive. Okay, it plus it plus take, okay, time phrase something, okay, 2 hours to complete, to infinite. It takes 2 hours to complete. It took me 5 minutes to answer. It will take a week to recover. It takes time to heal. It took them 2 months to build a house. Like that, okay, so this is just a model, but you are going to use a it plus takes. It will take, it takes, it took. Okay, so then time is another thing that you have to bring it into picture. Okay, a week, 5 minutes, okay, to answer, to recover, to heal, to build, like this. Okay, please keep this point. Then yeah, so subject, next one is a subject plus verb plus to. To means actually it's not normal to. Okay, T-double-O, and adjective plus or adverb plus again to infinity. Okay, so why we are using this one? So we are using this one here is a we are using this one here. Let me highlight this formula. Okay, subject plus verb plus to plus adjective plus to infinite. Okay, she is too tired to work. She ran too fast to catch. What is this one? Subject is she. So this verb is no verb here is here, ran and all this. Okay, here we have taken the be verb here. To is this double to. Tired is adjective verb, so that are to infinite. Okay, look at here, she is too tired to work. He ran too fast to catch. So here means he ran too fast. She is too tired. The tea is too hot. Means what you are trying to say is the verb action. Okay, so or you want to explain something, that you want to stress about something, that it's a to, what we can call this the verb is basically the subject acting on action. The action of the subject is more than it is actually performing. So means if you use the word to, means if you use the word to means we can call this as a overaction. That's the right word. Okay, overaction. So that is also what means intense. Instead of calling it as a intense is the right word. Overaction is not the right word. Okay, so intense action. Okay, intense verb action. Okay, so the tea is too hot to drink. It was too late. There means it's already late. Okay, not only just late, it was late to apologize. That's one thing. It was too late to apologize means you can't do anything now, like that. Okay, so like this, if you use the word to means the intense action means it's already happened. Now you cannot take it back. Okay, you can't take this action again back. Okay, it was the tea is too hot to drink means don't drink now, like that. Okay, he ran too fast to catch means you cannot catch now, just you just avoid that. Okay, he ran fast to catch, that is different. Means he ran fast to catch is a sentence where you can, if you could have tried, you can catch him. Okay, but he ran too fast to catch means you are unable to catch that guy. So like that. Okay, that's one model. Then the next one is here. Subject plus verb plus adjective or adverb plus enough plus to infinity. Okay, so what is this one here is here. Okay, subject plus subject here is, for one example, he. Verb is. Okay, strong is an adjective, or you can use adverb also. Okay, any other adverb. Enough is the word straight away you are using. To plus that infinitive verb that you are using. He is strong enough to lift means he is capable of doing it. Okay, she is old enough to drive means she can do it. If you are using the word enough means eligible. For that reason you lose. Okay, the boy ran fast to win means he was eligible to win. Okay, it was clear to see, it was clear enough to see, I can see. Okay, like that. Okay, so they are smart enough to solve it. Okay, so when you want to say something that it's eligible means no, I am right. Okay, yeah, like that. Okay, so that you want to say that they are eligible, yes, we can do. If you want to say that they are eligible, so that in such cases we'll be using this enough. Okay, means there is no doubt that is right. You want to say express that sentence, then this is the way. Okay, so she is old enough to drive. The boy ran fast enough to win. It was clear enough to see. They are smart enough to solve it. So this is one model. Okay, smart enough to solve it. Likewise, subject plus verb plus so plus adjective or adverb plus that plus class. Okay, so here another model. Subject he. Okay, verb is was, so is this one. Okay, tired is this one. Okay, that is that class. Okay, he slept early is a class. Class means, as I told you just before, class means complete meaning. Okay, so here all understood, they succeeded, I missed the train, we laughed out loud. Okay, so this is all class. Okay, so now look at here. He was so tired that he slept early. She spoke so clearly that all understood. They worked so hard that they succeed. I was so late that I missed the train. It was so funny that we laughed out loud. Okay, so here what is the meaning of all these things? So after whichever that comes after that means it becomes a class. Okay, so I'm going to leave it that one here. So funny, so late, they worked so hard, She spoke so clearly. Okay, so that is a, so this is one type of a verb pattern. So why we use this sentence here? So in which cases? Okay, so means when you want to explain that the sentence, when you want to express something that you know all the details, in such cases we'll use this one. Okay, if you know the details. Okay, so like that, in such cases we generally will use. So this is one point here. Okay, then the next one is what plus adjective plus subject plus verb. Okay, so means this is generally used for a expression, your expression. Okay, means like you are praising somebody, wow, 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 like that. Generally you will praise that same thing here also. So what is this one here is what adjective, what a beautiful adjective is a beautiful painting she made. Painting is the subject here. She, verb is made. What a beautiful painting she made. Okay, so what a wonderful speech he gave. What a wonderful speech, okay, he gave. Subject is C. Okay, what an amazing job you did. Subject plus verb. Okay, so directly you did a wonderful, amazing, you did a amazing job. I'm going to convert. You did an amazing job. So this is one way to say, this is a straight way of saying. Okay, when you say like this, you did an amazing job, means you are straight away you're talking expression, giving your expression. Okay, what an amazing job you did. What an amazing job you did means you are actually surprised. What means you are very spellbound. We can call it you are spellbound. Okay, spellbound means you are completely surprised. You are completely happy. You like that one. Okay, that in such time you'll be using. Okay, so that's one model here. Then the next one is how plus adjective or adverb plus subject plus verb. Here, if you look at here, how quickly, okay, this adjective, okay, quickly or adverb. He is the subject, ran is, okay. So what is this one here? How quickly he ran, how beautiful she looks, how softly they spoke, how well he performed, how wisely he chose. So these are also something like you are giving, like you are actually surprised. So such cases we will use this. Okay, how. Then we have here like this, yeah, last two, I guess, yeah. If plus a present simple, yeah, these are the last one. This is the last three are very important. So this three has a connection. Okay, coming this one and another two. Okay, if plus present simple, comma, you look at here, comma, if plus present simple, if, okay, present simple. Present simple means the complete sentence. Okay? If you study, if he calls, if they come, if he trains, if you try, like that. Okay, means these sentences are not complete sentences. Okay, so if means if you say something, then what will happen is if you call, there is like in a computer language, don't use if then like that, don't do every time. Okay, this is the English language. In English language, so if you study, you will pass. If you study, then you will pass. So if you want to remove comma, you have to use the word then. If you study, then you will pass. But if you put the comma, the meaning itself is then. Okay, if you study, means if you do that action, main class plus will plus main class plus any one of these. Okay, these are all modal verbs. So these are all modal verbs. Modals. Okay, So here modals are auxiliaries, any auxiliary, so not auxiliaries. Okay. So any models you can use. Okay. So main class you have to use. Okay. Main class is I will answer, I will, you will, we can, we shall, you may. Main class plus another verb. What is the verb? Start here. Okay. I will pass. We'll use this one. Okay. Then you use that main class. Okay. This became more general. Okay. But anyway, just try to remember this point here, or else I'll erase this one here. Then, okay. So if you study, you will pass. If he calls, I'll answer. If they come, we can start. If it rains, we shall cancel the trip. If you try, you may succeed. Like that. Okay. Now keeping this one in mind, just same thing, no any change. Okay. Here, look at the here. Here we have used a simple plus if plus a present simple. Now what we are doing is here basically here this verb is right. So this verb is basically infinitive. Infinitive also you can use. This is also right. Okay. So then here instead of that present simple, we are using past simple. So if you the formula is no change, same thing, everything is same, no change. Only the difference is past simple. If okay. So if I had time, I main class is I. Okay. I would help. If she knew, she could act. If we studied, we might pass. If he spoke, they would listen. If you were here, we could go. Okay. Okay. So this becomes a main class. Okay. Yeah. This is the if plus past simple. Past simple. Past simple. Okay. So this is another model here. And the next model is last model. That is if plus past perfect. So and main class all those things. So here there is only one difference. Here instead of verb won't come. It becomes a past. This the straight away that infinitive verb we have used. No, bare infinitive we have used. Okay. So that bare infinitive has become a past simple. Okay. So that is where generally here basic difference. Okay. So here for that sake, what I can do is okay. I'm trying to make a complete sentence here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if plus if past perfect. If I had studied, main class plus main class is I. Okay. Would is some this all would right. Okay. Have passed. Have is something again. So this is basically past is a past participle. Past participle. Okay. So past participle is basically what? V3 form of the verb. Anything V3 form. Okay. If I had studied, I would have gone to states. If I had cleared GRE, I would have gone to USA. If she had come, we could have met. If they had known, they might have acted. If we had tried, we would have succeeded. If he had left earlier, he would not have missed the train. So like this. Okay. So these are all these past three models are same thing. Okay. Here the verb is basically in these two cases it's an infinitive. Okay. but in the last cases it's a past perfect, so that also becomes a past perfect. So that you should be very mindful about. Other than that, everything is same. Okay, so totally if you look at here, you are able to have 36 patterns here. Okay, so all these 36 patterns starting from the first, okay, so you can say that all these 36 patterns, okay, so 1 2 3 4, okay, so all these patterns, if you go and have a look at all these things, you will be able to understand that these are the basic things for English grammar, or we can call it as the verb patterns in English grammar. So I would urge you to read all the patterns. So at least for making this video, so we have taken a lot of struggle and effort, and so hoping that you will be able to understand, and then you'll be able to make use of this video and then improve your language. Okay, so keeping this point in mind, so I would encourage you to remember all the formulas. There are only 36 formulas here. Okay, it's like a pattern, sentence pattern. So try to what I have done is here in this case also some 5 examples I have given, at least for each one, everything 5 examples I have given. So take these 5 examples and then try to memorize as much as possible, and then, or if you can try your own, try the sentences, and please do comment in the comment box for all the patterns. Okay, and then keeping this keeping this point in mind, so I would encourage you to read more about this topic, and then we'll meet again in the next video. So until then, please do subscribe, share, and like this channel, and we'll meet again. Thank you.